the Novaria here.
And there you go, the adjustment. They finally given in to their intrusive thoughts. Pick up the Irithel. New patch Irithel. New patch Irithel. Finally gets picked up. Geek fam. The Novaria is technically also the takeaway. One of the big heroes from Aura that they have been able to utilize really well. But this can just give Aura Fire a chance to go for an Arlet roam, right?
Well, the Arlet roam, though, it hasn't been nearly as strong, and it's a lot more easy to deny that final slash because you can see that the animation is so much slower, and these pro players can definitely take advantage of that. Looking at the composition so far, Geek, they have a lot of survivability, but they seem to be lacking a bit in the DPS department. Aura has all of that under control.
Last pick for Aura. Okay, high
Kadira,
on Kadira, but gotta say, man, Aura Fire, this is too much chaos to handle, I would say, because...
Is it?
There's zero real frontline that Aura Fire has. I believe Fan will go for more of a utility jungler build, going for that War Axe, and the rest of the build is gonna be like Counter Strike and Tank Emblem, or like Tank build. We're gonna see how Aura Fire will play this composition, because this is just chaos personified, Rashi.
It's going to be a bit difficult because for Aura, yes, they have no front line, but they have the Black Dragon form. This is an age-old strategy we've seen for multiple seasons. You go for a neutral objective, you send the dragon out, and everyone needs to respect that presence. Now with the Cult Altar, Geek Fam can force to stay, but at the same time, if they do so, it's going to be very difficult for Oran to have the same kind of impact. This hero is also not a very mobile hero. It cannot roam as effectively as fast as like a Paquito. So
remember though, Rashi, it's the dive meta. And what hero dives better than the Yu-Zhong?
Exactly.
We're gonna see how the Yu-Zhong will play out in game number 2 of Aura Fire versus Geek Fam.
2 petrifies for the side of Aura Fire, and it is their signature, a dragon in their lineup. Let's talk about the last time they picked a dragon, the Yu-Zhong. I think it was Kabuki in the gold lane, yeah, Rashi?
I believe so, and that was at least 2 seasons ago. This is a crazy development, but Yu-Zhong finally making its way back into the meta against a Novaria, against
a Faramis.
There are a lot of targets available, but against Kadira with a Purify, I don't think there will be a lot of catch potential there.
Yeah.
But if he can zone everyone from Geek Fam away from the neutral objective, that is mission accomplished already.
So you can see the respect ultimately given from Jadera here with a lot of Purify. Avoid might be in trouble. No, there's not much damage that Aura Fire can deal to follow it up, but aside from that Purify, also tenacity for that Irithel, not opting to go for a more aggressive talent build.
As long as he survives the initial fight, you saw how Nino was able to just walk around, gun everyone down. That is what I think Geek Fam is trying to go for. Against a Lancelot, against a Yu-Zhong, a Kadira, I think not going for the tenacity is a bit of a greedy decision. So for Kadira to go for the safer route, this is very signature of this man. It's all about consistency and being able to still be relevant even in the worst case situations.
There was a lingering, I think, effect or impact towards Nile. I think he was going for the counter jungle, took the creep very low, but he didn't want to go for 50-50. Maybe it's showing here that, again, Aura Fire played with a lot of confidence. Meanwhile, Nile, after losing every single 50-50 in game number 1, he's trying to take the, he's trying to be a bit more conservative with his retries.
Looking at the update on the patch notes right here, we are going to have to wait for a bit because it seems like the turtle is already being rushed.
Yeah, and this time it should be Geek Fam who gets it unless Van pulls off another massive retry, and he does! He does it! Just effortlessly, and Nile gets punished. It's the first blood over to Aura Fire. Now it's a boy who's running all the way to the back, high, taken very low, goes in front of the ocean, and he gets the passive! Sustains back up, Aura Fire. Oh, great snipe from Beloyski, but still a big win from Aura Fire. 3-1.
Oh man, not just big, that is a huge W, 2 kills and a total with you.
Whoa.
Oh man, with you like in a disadvantaged position, Van with the retry once again outclassing Nile so far. 0% retry rate so far for this rookie.
For Geek Fam, they had control over there, but they lack in damage. I thought they were going to try and get the turtle and get out, but since they didn't get it, and they were stuck with the Black Dragon weaving among them, they were just forced to take a fight without any damage. They can have the Cult Altar to survive initially, but what can they do to trade the damage back? Oh boy!
Whoa, they're going in! Oh my goodness! It works! Van, the Chad, walks up, takes the kill, gets out.
That is crazy. He uses the Stampede as a bit more of a gap closing tool. Just punishing a boy for not respecting his damage potential. Now he's just so ahead. And Aura Fire, they have all the tools available to them to start snowballing. Kadira rushes the Has Claws with a new rework, sort of. It will allow him to actually have a bit more critical damage, a bit more tools to use in the lane. But Kabuki now, the target for the side of Geek Fam.
Oh, wow, beautifully done. Clears it out, uses the BMI, spaces perfectly. Now it's Luke who's in this lane. Let's talk a little bit about the Yuzong versus Glue lane. What do you think about it?
I think it's a skill matchup. I think like the longer the game goes, it's gonna favor towards Luke, but I don't think Aran is stupid enough to go for 1v1 against Luke. But Van, once again, Beloyski very aggressive, but he's getting punished.
Sphere, Feather Airstrike now punishing Beloy, taking very low, but Sin gets brought back by the Shadow Stampede. Now on to Nile, Wings by Wings cancelled out. Gets knocked up and the bird is down.
Oh, Fire. Playing with fire right there, but now losing Sin before the turtle take. This is not ideal, but their composition allows them to go for this play yet again. Aran and Luke coming in to join the party.
Black Dragon from the Blazing Duet, now the Retribution secured by Nile. Not 50-50 though, 100-0. Luke now with the Slam. Doesn't go for the pass just yet. Van able to use the puncture just to escape. Good knockup from the Breath of the Ocean from high, just to disengage. And now it's Van utilizing the split to get as many dashes as possible as he takes the purple buff away. Now bottom lane, Nile with a good taunt again onto High, and Astral Sphere connecting on the back as well. Forcing an oddity in, it should be High taken down. Chadera picks up the kill, Nile burning down, 1 HP, gets out.
How was he able to survive right there? But Aura Fire, they were able to actually save the turret. So in a way, it's still an okay situation. But look at Aran, already looking for an opportunity, waiting for someone to just walk into the jaws of the dragon.
Wow. Speaking of Chad, man, Kabuki just walk up there trying to get the gold grab, but didn't manage to get it. But Van just now steals the Grand Theft purple, as Mirko would say.
As Leo would say.
Okay.
Leo would say. Well, look at this maneuver though. They send Aran away in the bottom side to try and trap someone, get a pick off, because he is the more crowd control independent hero, whereas Van is the one sent to clear the top side because he has more mobility. Creative rotations like this is what makes Aura Fire so difficult to deal with.
Speaking of creative, look at this. The killing animations, man. The killing effect. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Van taking a good chunk of damage there. Forced back, and Beloy is actually walking him down. He wants to get a few more shots in, maybe to force a free one. Whoa. Sin had to flicker out of Geek Fam's initiation. Go into the bottom lane, good Breath of the Ocean to disengage an oddity as well. So far, no sieges for Aura Fire down below, and Geek Fam, they're able to take a turret up top, so winning in the objective battle.
Aura getting a bit too creative right here, taking a lot of poke damage from the roster of Geek Fam. Siege, the poke is not something they want to try and engage in. They want to try and go for all-out fights. Now with the turtles spawning, this is the chance for them to do so, but they're already quite low, especially High on the Kadita. He needs to be a bit more concerned right here as Geek. They're trying to get full control, sending Luke in the front line.
Slam, pass. Nile as well with the taunt. Around with the Black Dragon for Mimo on the back. Beloyski going to be engaged on with Puncture as well. Good call, Alter by a boy, but it only delays the inevitable. Is that still a kill? Now High with a Petrify. Van with a Red Tree. Oh my goodness! He does not miss in the 50-50s. Now with another Puncture. And even onto the purple buff. A boy gets slain on the other side. Luke caught. Now with a slam, pass. But what is it compared to the Thorn Rose that can just slash you down? It's a turret down below for Geek Fam. But it's everything else to Aura.
Oh man, like, I think at this point, every time Geek Fam has a 50-50, just gonna give it up. Or try to just reset the Lord. Yeah, it's always fun. Winning out against Nile is just veterancy or like experience in full display.
I think maybe going for the trade, going for a split push-esque strategy might be what Geek Fam needs to do. It seems like Aura Fire, they're winning the fights. They got the turtle as well, but for Geek Fam, they have taken 2 turrets. So that in itself is already a huge win. Even now, Aura unable to secure the top side turret. Geek Fam can use this, but look at Van.
Diving deep, forcing a stampede and a slam. Whoa. Phantom execution very aggressively.
What?
I think he has to thank Geek Fam for that cancel, but he goes in again.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Okay, and there you go. That's the utility build of Van. He's not going full tank, which I really like because that's what enabled him to do that, because if that's a full damage lands on his, that's pretty much a suicide.
There's way too much damage available, but even for Geek Fam right now, you do say that, Shevin, but there's not a lot of damage they can try and use to one-shot that Lancelot. So Van, if he's going for a utility build, it's going to be even more of a problem. With the neutral objective not available, it comes back to just straight laning and looking for pickoffs in the jungle. And you can see Aura high, already waiting for a chance right here, but Aran gets spotted out.
Just Aran and Sin there, who gets spotted out by the Astral Echo. They don't know where Vandaman is, and Vandaman is just not having it. He's just taking everything away from Geek Fam. Oh no, he didn't take the orange buff. It just spawned in. I think it's a bit too risky. Now he goes into the bottom lane. Phantom Execution on the Chidera. Chidera running around. Popped into Purify. Now Thorn Rose and a Feather Airstrike perfectly timed in. Now Niall onto Van with a good taunt. Van chained down. Oh, man!
Stop it!
Van finally gets cancelled. Van is still alive!
How are you doing this? This is illegal. You should be in jail, Van. What?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Everything, man. Walking up, tanking the turret, dropping aggro with a Thorn Rose, surviving everything. What is Van on? They get the bottom turret as well, and now they converge on the top side. They force Kadera in the bottom. This is supposed to be a free lord.
Who let Van cook? Van is him in this game. Goes on to the Lord. Oh, whoa. Beloy with a flicker forward now should be punished by the Thorn Rose. Van just holding on to it. No, he calculates it. And now it's going out. Slam, pass with the Appraiser's Rat as well. Used up with a split. If Van survives this, I don't know what to say. Thorn Rose. Oh, he gets the sustain again. This happened to Luke before. No way it happens again. Oh, he does! Van gets out. He baits Luke in. Who let Van cook?
Look at Aran. Everything's going on. It doesn't matter. There's no fight for Geek Fam. Aran just zones everyone out. Van, no red tree for another 7 seconds. Too low, and Geek Fam seems to try to look for something, but they get caught out!
Great initiation once again. Van jumping in with a puncture. Now the Thorn Rose on the Chidera. Another puncture, and he gets it! Now the Appraiser's Wrath finally punishes. No! He gets out with another brilliant Thorn Rose. The man is unpunishable. Now, it's not even a 50-50. Niall has conceded it completely. Beloy with a miracle play in his sights. But Van secures it, and Sin body blocks the sphere. Now Beloy gets punished. Van is unkillable.
Embrace the chaos. Embrace the fire for Aura Fire. Miracle, did you know the last time you said, if he survives this, I don't know what's gonna happen? That was when Kyrie survives that outplay from Echo. That was poetic, man. What?
And it happens again. History repeats. Oh no! Oh no! Van! To add salt to the wound! Holy moly, he steals another orange!
Get this man out of here. High goes back in right now. Look at Geek, all corralled, sticking together. Not knowing what to do. Who to target. Van on an assassin, still not being able to be threatened at all by Geek Fam. The Lord marches down, and now they're looking for something else.
They're looking for a play in desperation. It's a rough waves. Van again. Phantom Execution to the front now, getting taunted up. Still able to escape for now as a Black Dragon form gets utilized, and High gets sniped down from the back. An Astral Sphere connecting, and Aura Fire forced back.
Okay, time to cool down, everybody. Time to cool down the fire, but Kabuki doesn't want to do it.
He doesn't want to cool down. He wants this fire to keep on burning. Van with a puncture out. Phantom Execution as well. And finally, Aura Fire are pushed back away. Geek Fam have some breathing room. God.
Wow, all things considered, they weren't able to get a base turret, so Geek Fam, they're able to save everything, including the final second tier turret in the mid lane. So that's not a bad situation at all. They're able to stave some aggression from Aura Fire. Let's take a look at some of the items right here. Sin with the Holy Crystal build, knowing that his target aren't the tanky heroes building magic defense. He's going to target a boy, he's going to target Kadera and Beloyski, going for full damage, no survivability, because everyone's going to get zoned away by Aran anyways. He has the Oracle, he has the Dominance Ice and the Hunter Strike. He's going for that chase build. And as Shevin mentioned, with more movement speed from the energy, he's going to be able to actually run everyone down. He is ahead in gold.
Did the guy just retreat? Van is... He just retreated.
I don't know
what's
the point.
Just showing dominance, bro.
Oh man, I don't need this retreat to take down the Lord. You know what?
It's about sending a message.
Yeah. So what's the solution here for Geek Fam? Beloski has to spot out someone, or I believe Hai might be the perfect target to be punished if he goes in too deep to try to punish all Geek Fam members. But that's hard to do, man. Like, especially with fans too, like the chaos is just too much to handle for Geek Fam at this point.
I think you just have to understand that they really, really win in those late game compositions, late game 5v5 team fights, and they have to wait for that moment. There's still Lords that can concede technically if they really want to. If they want to contest, they have to just be a lot more careful and maybe put more emphasis on the other members, not Van, but on the bottom side. That trap, I think a boy nearly walked into it. He might still. With the Lord coming up, this might be a mistake. Niall might be caught between multiple members of Aura right here if Hai and Aran make the move.
Fan is doing everything right now. He's the spearhead, he's the frontliner, he's the damager. He's also the one who's gonna make the plays on his own!
Phantom execution, good Shadow Stampede to evade from him right now. The Feather Airstrike comes down. Appraiser's Wrath dodged away from Aran. Looking for a Petrify, connects on the Chidera right now with Wind of Nature, getting him out. Now resources burnt out, Kabuki's looking for the play, and it's a blazing duet onto the back right now with Wind of Nature as well. He goes in and he finds a boy, picks up a killing spree. Van with a few dashes, but Kabuki is ultimately the eliminator. Van is still alive again! He gets out, and Aura Fire have just taken a 4-for-0.
Come on! Come on! What are you doing, Fan? What are you doing, Kabuki, with a beautiful, beautiful dive towards a boy? And that doesn't give much room for Geek Fam to create. Hai using the right way, but Fan once again!
It's over. It's all over. Beloski now taken very low, the only member. But it will not work for them. Aura Fire, 2 zeros. Geek Fam in a dominant fashion.
Okay, man, like, I'm gonna spoil you right now. The MVP is gonna be Fan. I don't think I'm supposed to say this as a caster, but it is clear cut. Oh my lord, you have a lot of good players in your hands, Saint Lucas.